Hi guys, welcome back to our channel Fluent English 1-to-1. Today we are going to talk about some myths, some beliefs which are holding you back to excel in this journey, language acquiring journey. Don't forget to have a one pen and paper with you. I know you are ready to begin with the exercise. So what you have to do is you have to just write down yes or no. When I'm going to talk about the myths, if you believe on such thoughts, you have to write down yes, and if you don't believe, just write down no. So end of this exercise, you will have your score of yes and no. If you find more yes, it means that you have to work upon your understanding. But if you find more no, it means that you are good to go. Just keep going on in this journey. Alright, let's begin. This is my favorite, very first one. My all other skills, my other abilities, my intellect and all the qualities I have will be seen less if I am not able to speak in English properly. If I am not fluent in English, I am worth less. Here comes the second one. If I am not able to think in English, I will not be fluent and confident in English. Here comes the third one. It's a tricky one. I have heard so many times this particular myth. I understand English, but I am not able to speak. I'll repeat again. I understand English, but I am not able to speak. The fourth one, if I won't be able to speak like a native speaker, I am not fluent. I am not perfect enough. Fifth one, I must have accent like native speaker. To include English in our daily life, I should practice with everybody and anywhere and everywhere. To have proper command over English, I should understand every detail of this language, like different parts of a speech, even the spellings and the all grammar rules, even the spellings like psychology and what is the reason behind all, why we write P at starting, why certain letters are silent over there. So I must have understanding of these all things. I must learn more and more vocabulary every day. Then only I will not be getting stuck during any conversation. I know I am a beginner, but I want to learn only speaking. Why should I waste my time and effort to acquire other abilities like reading, writing and listening also? And the last one, I might take maybe 6 months, 7 months or maybe 1 year to be fluent. I'm not saying these are the only myths and beliefs which are holding you back. There could be many more, but today we are going to discuss these only. So now the result is in front of you. You have your score. So how many yes and how many no? If you got more yes, it means that you have to work more. You do not understand there are so many things you have to rewire. You need to understand your purpose. You're not aware of your purpose. Why do you want to learn this language? You don't understand how this language is going to help you directly or indirectly in your life. You don't understand what is fluency and how you can be confident. I have already made a video on these topics. You can watch. I will share the link in the description box. So now I'm going to talk about the thoughts you can have instead of these beliefs. So let's start with the very first. If you're one of them who is undermining your all skills, abilities, achievements, all qualities only because you are not fluent in one language, that is English, you are being so cruel to yourself. Please don't be cruel to yourself. Please don't treat yourself in this way. It is just a language, it is just a tool of conveying your thought, just like other language, any other language. There are many examples of the people across the world who achieve so many good things, great things, and they don't speak in English, but they are satisfied and happy in their lives. Remind one fact to yourself that why we are learning this language. It's very simple. We are born to this system, this ecosystem where English is being spoken widely, globally and widely, right? And there was a history, there was a time when Britishers were there. They were ruling half of the world or more than that, right? So just leave the history behind. Just always remember that People are acquiring this language because there are the two reasons. First is they want career progression, or they want to convey thoughts. They want to interact with the people where they cannot speak in their mother tongue. Nobody will understand. I think that these are the main two reasons people are interested in acquiring English. Okay, so give importance to this language this much only. Your life is not at stake. If you will remember this, you will never be frightened. You will never fear this language. I must be able to think in English, then only I'll be fluent in English. If you have this expectation from yourself, to me it is just like you want yourself to be a native speaker. Yes, really. Thinking in other language, let English leave behind. Thinking in any other language which is not your first tongue, it is challenging. It's super challenging. You can accept the translation process, but you can maintain the timing to respond. This could be one solution, or the second could be you train your brain, you provide more input to your brain, then when some similar situation comes in front of you, you speak naturally, automatically. Right? Instead of translating each and every thought what we get, if we can replace something which is with the replies and the things which is already there, it can help you to maintain the this conversation. My point is, we aim for converting our own thoughts into English and then respond, and we don't think that there could be some other way, because in our daily life situations are more or less similar. So as you are at beginner level, so aim for something which is achievable and doable. I always tell that a small confidence will help you, right? So achieve this level and then go further. I understand English, but I am not able to speak. When somebody, if anybody is speaking in front of me, I can understand, but I am not able to speak. Do you say this kind of sentence to yourself or in public? I'll say, if you're saying this thing in public or among friends or some, in formal gathering, that's totally fine. But when you are alone, when you're talking to yourself, that time you need to be honest. You have to tell yourself truth. How much do you understand? Do you really understand them? Or you're just saying just for sake of saying? If you understand English, if you understand their phrases, you can repeat it. You can replicate it. It's very simple. If you understand English, if you have really good comprehension, it means that you can replicate it, you can repeat it, you can respond in that situation. At least some extent you can respond. So be honest with yourself. You must know you must understand your understanding level. It's just like to be honest in front of doctor, so that a doctor can give you the right solution for your illness, right? So be honest to yourself. I have heard some of the people saying that they want to aim to become just like native speakers. They want to have fluency just like them. They want to have accent just like them. If you're one of them, please understand this. There should not be any comparison. You will have your mother tongue accent, you will have your own way of saying in any language. Even if you will see the native speaker, they have different pronunciation and style of saying, right? So why do you want to aim to become just like them? You need to define your purpose. If spoken English is directly related to your career progression, if you are in IT firm or in sales job or managing a team in language background, so that time your main purpose is to lead them. You are a leader over there, right? So leadership quality plus communication skill is going to help you to grow in your career, right? So acquire those all skills. Only aiming for accent and fluency like a native speaker will not help you. There are the other skills which are going to help you. This will be my suggestion. Rest is up to you. And there are the people who are, I would say that they are more enthusiastic and they want to practice English each and everywhere with everyone. Sometimes where it is not even required. Sometimes the listener is not able to understand, and even then they are speaking with them. So I think it is not good if you do not have proper audience, if you do not have environment where you should practice, if you don't have, don't use English in such places. You are just making fun of yourself. They will say that you are arrogant person. Instead, select some places and environment where you can speak. You must know that the listener are aware of this language and they also speak in this language, so that you can get the feedback also. If somebody has started conversation in English, definitely you should respond to English only. No matter how much you know that time, you speak in English with confidence. Now here comes the greatest myth, I would say. If I will not understand this language properly, if I will not have thorough knowledge of this language properly, I will not be fluent. I must know grammar, I must know all the rules, I must know why this spelling is written in this way, why a certain letter is silent here, and what are the reason, all those things, you know. Let me ask you this thing, how much difficulty do you want to bring in this journey? If you really want to understand these all things, it's going to take hell lot of time. And also, it is not your right fight. Select your fight properly. You're already fighting to respond in time, to have clarity of thought, for all those things. Why do you want to know these all theoretical things? Yes, you must have understanding of grammar rule, where this language is, not deviating from the grammar rules, just like the tenses and other things. But there are the many things like, why do you want to know why there is P extra in psychology? There could be some reason. If you ask me, do you know? I would say I don't know, and really I don't want to know, because I'm okay not knowing it. You will have to select your fight properly, and you have to be precise what you want to do. Right? You have less time and you want to get the desired result. And what is that? You want to be fluent in this language because it is somewhere related to your life progression, I would say. Right? So don't go to learn each and everything. Instead of that, you can have precise goal and aim for that goal step by step, so that you will have a desired result. Will you agree with me? Now listen to this one. I don't know much word, I have very poor vocabulary. Because of that, I get stuck during conversation. Because of that, I lose confidence and I talk in my mother tongue. If you're thinking in this way, let me explain you. It doesn't matter that how good vocabulary you have, how great vocabulary you have, if you're not using it. If you're not using it precisely, effectively, with proper voice modulation, then it is not going to help you. If we talk about language, vocabulary could be endless. And how much vocabulary we will be able to remember and utilize if it is not useful for our daily life? We are not going to, and we will forget after a few days. Vocabulary is required. If you have understanding of, knowledge of vocabulary till 4th or 5th grade, that's going to help you enough. But it is equally important how you're using it. Are you confident when you are saying? Do you put emotions when you are saying? Are you using your language in this way? If you're not using in this way, it doesn't matter how much you know, how many words you know, 1,000 or lakhs, doesn't matter, because there is no end of vocabulary, I would say. It doesn't matter, it's not useful. So learn less but use effectively. That will be my recommendation. Many times I have seen that individuals are focusing only on one skill, that is speaking, even if they are beginner stage. So here I would say that if you're doing this, please don't do that, because you are at starting stage. You should be doing all 4 activities: reading, listening, writing and speaking. Yes, you can give more time to speaking, but reading, storybooks where you can read the conversation, listening where you can hear the conversation, easy conversations, are really going to help you. These are the right inputs for your brain. These are the right inputs which are going to help you to respond in no time. Because the daily life situations are more or less same. You can have those ready to use sentences, and if you are in some similar situation, you can use those phrases as such. So, and you need not to convert your thought into English then speak. You have that thing, you can speak directly. So if you will put such kind of inputs in your brain, you will be equipped with facing such situation. Okay, and similarly writing is important. When we write, our mind is calm. We can write, I have seen people writing in English way, or they use their mother tongue and one or two word in English and chat. It is not, if you are a spoken English learner, don't do this. If you have a friend circle where you can communicate through English chatting, you write in English, full English. Don't mix it with your first tongue. So you will have practice for writing, and if you're writing correct English, you are going to speak correctly. So all 4 skills are required at starting, and then you will not be making silly grammatical mistakes while speaking. And the last point, I have seen many times people just give one time frame to their brain, that they need 2 months time, 3 months time, 6 months time, 1 year time to be fluent. I don't know why they do it. There is no hard and fast rule, It depends upon your purpose, your existing level of fluency, and the kind of efforts you are putting in. It is depending on all these factors. There is no universal rule that if one person is taking 6 months, second will take 6 months. There is no as such thing, If you are putting more effort, if you have made your language acquiring journey more interestingly, if English is part of your daily life, if you use English more frequently, if you are in an environment where you cannot escape from speaking English, you will be more fluent. You will be fluent in lesser period of time. So these are the facts. Don't give any time frame to your brain that I will take these many months, days or year to be fluent. Just go with the practice. Follow the instructions. If you are taking certain classes, follow the instructions and just keep going on this journey. It has another side also. If you will make very long time frame in your brain, it will make you lazy. You will think that I have just completed 1 month, I have more months to complete, I can be fluent later on. This kind of mentality you might have. So don't do this. Okay, just go with the flow, be an active learner and keep going on in your journey. So that is all for today's video. Let me know in comment box how do you find it. So today's video was the last video in the series of understanding. If you have not watched the earlier videos, I will share the link in the description box. Do let us know your feedback, and thanks for watching.